stream because I have to take the truck out and get it dried off. With me and let you know about a little bit of a problem I'm having, or had. I figured it out with the tonneau cover I'm trying to install on the new Toyota Tacoma. This is for the 2025, by the way, and it is the backflip MX4. And they kind of changed things a little bit with this tonneau cover. I've had their covers in the past, so I had a different one before, and it was just too thin for me. I wanted something a little bit more substantial, let's say. You know, first of all, we gotta get out of prison here. Here we go. We're almost out. We're almost going. Good morning for anybody joining. We're kind of taking a drive. Hopefully the live goes better than the last one I did. It flamed out on me because the phone got hot. I'm hoping the angle of the sun this early in the morning will keep it from doing the same thing. We shall see. But anyway, we're obviously in the truck. It is 71 degrees. There's a little weather report for you. On a, what is this, Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. On a Wednesday morning here, and loving it. Bright sunshine. Again, hopefully the camera doesn't heat up. I think it's too early for that, I hope. So let's get to the point of it here. It's not going to be a long live stream. I'm just taking the truck out to dry it off. I got a new tonneau cover. Again, it's the backflip MX4, which is a great cover. Nice and strong and sturdy. I put it on yesterday, and then I had a problem. And if you're familiar with tonneau covers, typically they have a little spinning kind of threaded knob that pulls the front down and holds it on. Keeps the tonneau cover from flying off the truck, right? Or from sliding back and forth. So I get the whole thing done yesterday, and also it's a little skewed. It's like it's a little off, you know? But that's not a big deal. It's just a little bit. So I get it the way that I want it. I'm done, man. I've spent hours messing with this thing, and road closed. Well, I guess we won't be going that way. So I get it done, and I crawl underneath up by the bulkhead, the front part, back part of the bed, depending on your perspective, I guess. And I go to put those little twist knob things on. And the brackets that I guess are built with or supplied with, whatever, the tonneau cover are in the way. I can't secure those little twist knobs in the front because they hit the brackets. There's nothing for them to grab onto, right? So I'm frustrated, man. I'm spending, I don't know, at least another hour screwing around, trying to figure out what to do, adjusting the tonneau cover back and forth, thinking that I have it off. It's just not right on me. But I determined that there's no way I can adjust it any better than what I've already done, and that it's not me, that it's the design of the tonneau. And the reason I say that is because in the side rails that they include with the tonneau, there's little slits that the brackets are supposed to fit into that hold it down. If you're doing it exactly the way the instructions show, it doesn't work. It cannot be done. So I read the directions. It's always smart to read the directions, even if you think you know what you're doing. Always a good idea to take a look at the directions anyway, right? So I break out the directions, and I find out that this bracket, and also think outside of the box, this bracket can be moved, okay? You don't have to put it in the slots that came with the side rails. You can move it left or you can move it right. And of course, in doing so, you'll then free up enough room that you can put that bracket on where it's supposed to go. And the bracket is fixed. It slides into a channel on the tonneau cover itself, and then it has a little nub to keep it straight so that you put it right up against the side rail to fasten it down, right? So by moving those brackets, again, thinking outside of the box, outside of the little slots that they have in the side rails, you can actually put the covers, or not the covers, the little twist tie downs or hold downs, whatever they're called, you can actually put those on. So that was my screw up, and I spent, man, I'll bet you total, I probably spent, God, 6 hours trying to put this stupid thing on, which shouldn't have taken any more than probably 2 to 3 hours, depending on how familiar you are with the particular cover that you get. Again, this was a new one for me, so it's not one that I'd had in the past, but nonetheless, a good 6 hours trying to put this crazy thing in. Good morning, Eric. How you doing there, buddy? So I have figured it out. Today, I'm going to go back in. It shouldn't take me any more than half an hour, and that's taking my time. I mean, I could probably get underneath there and in 15 minutes have it done, but I like to take my time with these things and make sure that they're done right, because the last thing that you want is to be driving down the road and have your tonneau cover fly off, right? Mine's actually on right now, and I hope that it's on. And you might be asking, well, gee, let's see, you still got your 24. You still love your 24. I actually have a 2025, Eric. I traded the 2024 for a 2025 TRD off-road. So do I like them? I must, because I've bought a second one. And I did that because I wanted a 4x4. Somebody on the channel, I'll tell you my quick story as to why I did this. There was nothing wrong with the 24. It did fall under the then range for the potential transmission problem. I never had any problems. But anyway, somebody left a comment on the channel and said, Rob, you know, you really ought to have a 4x4. My 24 was a 4x2. You really ought to have a 4x4 because most of your audience, or a large percentage of the audience, have 4x4s. So they can't relate to you because you're driving a 4x2. And you know, please remember to take a rest and drink some water while streaming, sir. Well, thank you. I'm not going to be on that long. I just really wanted to talk about my tonneau thing. But anyway, they left that comment that, you know, because you have a 4x2, most of your audience have 4x4s, you really should have a 4x4. And that kind of resonated with me, right? I thought, you know, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I have this channel and I'm trying to grow it, of course, always. That's what we YouTubers do. And I'm driving around in a 4x2. Plus, I wanted to experience a different trim level, honestly. I wanted to experience the 4x4 and the TRD off-road, which is what I'm in right now. What kind of mileage am I getting? I'm getting about 16-ish. 15, 16, 17, depending on city driving. I got a 3rd gen. I'm looking at a tri-fold tonneau. If you're looking for water tightness, the best tonneau I ever had was the cheapest one I ever had. It was the vinyl kind, you know, the pleather. And I think it was 200 and some bucks, something like that. And it was by Tiger. Excuse me, it was the best one I've ever had as far as water leakage goes. I never had any problems leaking in that tonneau. It's the only one I've ever had that was watertight. And I've had a few, believe me. The more expensive ones, nope. The metal ones, nope. You're always going to leak water. I'll be interested to see how this one does. It seems to fit a little bit better, but there are some gaps here or there that concern me. So I don't know, we shall see. Anyway, that's what I've done. That's why I have the 2024 now. Love this truck. It is freaking awesome. You know, the fear mongers out there will have you believe that there's all kinds of problems with the truck, that it sucks, that you shouldn't buy one because you're going to be at the shop all the time. I'm here to tell you that's a bunch of BS. Simply not true. This truck is awesome. More power, more technology, better ride, more comfort. other than the unknown, and it is unknown, excuse me, dry throat this morning, other than the unknown of the quality, or the reliability of it long term, that's it. And of course we can't know that because the truck's a brand new model, right? I mean, it's a model year old now, but nonetheless, it's brand new, basically. So we can't possibly know how it's going to be in the long run. But that's true with any new vehicle, and you have to kind of give Toyota a little bit of credit with their reputation and history. They've always, in recent times, put out quality vehicles with excellent reliability, and there's no reason to think they're going to throw that in the trash on the brand new or the redesigned Tacoma. So, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Anyway, I think my truck is now sufficiently dried off, looks like, so I can actually fix the tonneau cover that I put on. Glad I'm not the only one getting 15 to 16 in a Sport. I'm mostly driving it around town, and did pull off a lower valance and put on some 33-inch KO3s. That doesn't help. The heavier tires. I'm not complaining. No, I'm not complaining either. When I talk about fuel economy on here, or even things that might be wrong with the truck, I'm merely stating the facts. I'm not complaining about the truck. I love the truck. I think it's freaking awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna cut off. I gotta get back to the house and go ahead and fix my tonneau. If you didn't hear why I have to fix it, it's brand new. Listen to this in the replay, and it'll tell you what I did. As usual, if you're just kicking in here and you haven't, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. My mom and stepdad are moving to Galveston from Kansas City next month. I'm kind of sad. Yeah, it's always tough when your parents or you move away from your parents. I know, I've done it a couple of times in my life. I've actually moved 13 times in my life. Growing up as a kid, that sucked. So I know what that's all about, but it'll be okay in the end. You'll be all right, man. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time on the web. Have a great day. Bye.